Ever scroll through reviews for a green hotel and wonder what really makes someone hit that five-star button?
Yeah,
Is it purely the eco-friendly initiatives, or is there, more going on?
right.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into some new research that, well, it uncovers some surprising stuff about guest experiences and their online feedback.
Yeah, this is based on a really fascinating empirical study. They looked at thousands, literally thousands of online reviews
Wow.
from green hotels in the US and Malaysia. And our mission really is to unpack this complex mix, how people think, how they feel, even who they are.
Their background.
Exactly, their sociodemographics, and how all that shapes their evaluation of a hotel, especially when sustainability is part of the picture.
Okay, that sounds like quite a bit to untangle.
Oh,
So, when you started looking at all that data, what was the first big thing that sort of jumped out?
well, what's really fascinating, I think, is that emotions came through as super important, like a really critical attribute in how guests evaluated the hotels.
Emotions, more than the green stuff.
Often, yeah. It often seemed to surpass the direct impact of the sustainability measures themselves. And the way they figured this out was using a method called FSQCA.
FSQCA, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit technical, but think of it like this. It helps understand how combinations of factors work together.
Ah, like a recipe.
Exactly like a recipe, not just single ingredients in isolation.
Yeah.
So it showed that a good or bad review isn't about just one thing.
Right.
It's a specific mix: hotel ratings, sustainability mentions, plus things like whether guests were from group-oriented cultures, their gender, if they were traveling alone. It highlights how complex people's reactions are.
So it's not just ticking the sustainability box. It's the whole vibe, the whole experience, and how it makes you feel.
Precisely.
'Cause what did that recipe consistently point to for those, glowing reviews?
Well, across both the US and Malaysian samples, two things really stood out: high overall hotel ratings and positive emotions. Those were the core drivers.
Okay, makes sense.
And interestingly, even when sustainability practices were mentioned as being maybe not great,
Uh-huh. High hotel ratings and those positive feelings could still result in a positive review. We saw that especially with solo travelers in Malaysia. It really shows the power of that emotional connection.
that is powerful. What about the flip side? What was the recipe for uh, disaster, for the negative reviews?
Right, good question. Negative reviews were pretty consistently linked to low hotel ratings, negative emotions, and traveling in a group.
Group travel. Interesting.
Yeah, and that pattern held regardless of gender or what was said about sustainability efforts. It strongly suggests that, if a hotel fails on the basics,
Like a clean room or check-in taking forever.
exactly, failure to meet those fundamental service expectations, that's a huge driver of dissatisfaction. It can just wipe out any goodwill from being green. It's foundational.
And it sounds like sustainability itself isn't viewed the same way everywhere. You mentioned cultural differences.
Absolutely. Big differences. For U.S. travelers, sustainability often seemed like an added bonus.
Like a nice to have. Kind of, yeah. It mostly came up in positive reviews from female solo travelers, but only when the hotel rating was already high and they felt good about the stay.
So, not a primary driver unless things went wrong.
Pretty much, unless the basics failed. But for Malaysian travelers, it was different. Sustainability felt more integrated into the whole service picture, and emotions were even more central. Sustainability got mentioned in both positive and negative reviews there, and negative mentions, particularly about sustainability problems, were more common with female group travelers, often leading to low ratings and bad feelings.
Wow, okay. So given all this complexity, what can hotels actually do? What kind of practical advice came out of the research?
Well, it suggests a few different approaches, sort of tailored. For guests who clearly care a lot about sustainability, using emotion-driven strategies seems key.
Like what?
Maybe personalized thank you notes, highlighting their eco-friendly choices, something that makes them feel recognized.
Right.
But for guests who seem less concerned about sustainability, maybe focus on habit-based things.
Habit?
Yeah, like making opt-out the default for room cleaning instead of opt-in, or using slightly smaller plates at the buffet to nudge people towards less food waste.
Yeah.
Small behavioral things.
Clever.
Yeah.
And for the group travelers you mentioned, especially in those collectivist cultures.
Right. For them, social norm messaging seems promising. Emphasizing how many other groups are doing the sustainable thing, like reusing towels, appealing to that sense of collective action and reputation.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And for more individualistic cultures like the U.S.?
There, maybe focus on status signaling, things like digital badges or small perks for eco actions.
Personal recognition.
Exactly. Or maybe linking sustainability programs to broader social justice issues, which the research suggested might particularly appeal to female solo travelers in the U.S., making it personally meaningful.
So this deep dive really shows that getting those glowing online reviews for a green hotel, it's a mix.
It really is.
It's about the basic quality, the guest's emotional journey, and your individual profile. Sustainability matters, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's not always the deciding factor on its own.
And here's something to think about, maybe. Next time you're looking at reviews for a green hotel, what are you going to look for first? The eco labels? Or are you going to try and read between the lines for that emotional tone, the overall service vibe from what other people are saying? What really makes a stay stick in your mind enough to actually go online and share it?